Hi everyone out there, and I am back doing my second video talking about my life as a person that has epilepsy. In this video, I'm actually going to be talking about my first teenage years when I was first diagnosed and my middle school years as well. I'm just going to give a brief recap of what I talked in my first video about. I talked about the type of seizures that I have and at what age I was diagnosed. So I'm just gonna say that I'm just gonna let you know a little bit. I have partial seizures and I have second generalized seizures. I was diagnosed at the age of 11. Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit more personal. Something that I really don't like to talk about much is when, it's something that can be something I don't want to visit again from my past. Being a teenager, you care a lot about image, you care a lot about how you look, and you want people to accept who you are, want to be like the cool kid in middle school or the popular kid in middle school, and that is something that I never was. When I first was diagnosed, I was in this prescription that made me gain a lot of weight, and it also made me very depressed and very sleepy, so that really didn't help either. So I remember I was super, super good at math. I used to love math. It's something that came natural to me, something that was passionate for. But when I was taking this medication, I had a short-term memory, and I started to struggle with the subject, the only subject that I loved. And I felt that since I was struggling so much and having so many problems, I feel like as the years went on, that passion was taken away from me. And that's something that it's very emotional, and something that I felt like I lost. But I'm trying to start to love math again. At that time I started to hate it because I couldn't solve the simplest problem that there was without having someone to help me, and sometimes that didn't even help. I also, it was very hard for me to really be accepted into a group that I felt like I never was going to belong, and I never did. A lot of those people just felt sorry for me and pretended to be my friends, but I didn't want people to feel sorry for me and being forced to be my friends. I wanted to have real friends, friends that would always be there for me in the moments that I needed them the most, especially in middle school when you are just literally only have a, one friend or two. You love your friend, but you also want to be accepted into other. You want to be accepted by the cool kids and the popular kids. Especially when you have a guy that you really like, but that guy don't like you. He wants another girl. He wants a cute girl, the cute girl that has this pretty image. And I really didn't have that, like I said before. So there was this guy I really liked, but he literally never liked me back, and I tried so many things for him to like me, but it wasn't enough. So it was something very hard, because he started to date this other girl, and when I saw them together and holding hands and hugging, it hurt me, because you like someone, you have your first little crush, and all you want is for him to be hugging you and not the other girl. And that was pretty intense, I guess, but I forgot about it already. It's something that I really don't care anymore about. But I don't care about it, but sometimes it could still affect, because a lot of the things that I went through as a teenager have made me the person that I am today. Let's just say that. So people, you always having you sometimes, since I am a person that, in this point in my life, I am a person that analyzes a lot of things, over analyze things a lot. I literally sometimes do things without thinking, and trust me, don't do that. That is not a good thing. um, and and I'm a person that really doesn't like to be teased on. I'm a person that I want you to be straightforward with, even though sometimes it can hurt when people just literally are straightforward to you and you don't want to hear the things that they are telling you. You don't want to hear the truth sometimes, and that's me. You know, and a lot of that it has to deal with what I went through. Um, so that happened. You know, that's something that is part of a little bit about my life. So since people were not really straightforward with me in middle school, which, you know, like, they felt sorry for me, and, you know, if you know, sometimes you don't want to hear the truth. I'm not gonna, I mean, sorry, middle school, that's something that I don't want to deal with. So I remember graduating, and, you know, we went to this dance, and I really was like, you know, I was really excited about going to this dance, and I supposedly dressed up and all that stuff. But, you know, since you are part of that group, you know, you ain't gonna dance with the guy that you want to dance, obviously, even though you want to. It was a fun moment. You know, everybody got along, everybody said their goodbyes, or everybody said, "Oh, I'll see you in high school," da 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 da. You know, but I also remember one of the things that actually affected me was finding out when I was diagnosed. My brother had just been born. He was not barely 3 months old, and you know, for me, when I think about it a lot, I think about it what my mom went through. You know, she barely had a child, and then her oldest daughter, and oldest, I am the oldest, trust me, I'm the oldest, oldest daughter, boom, has epilepsy. That must have been a very hectic moment for her, and very emotional, and that is something that I really don't like to talk about with my mom, because I know that she has done so much for me, and sometimes I feel like if she goes back into the past, it will affect her a lot. So that's something I just keep, and maybe one day I will talk to her about how it was for her experience when I was first diagnosed with this condition. Um, but the part of gaining weight also was something that made me very depressed, very lonely, and it started to make me hate myself for who I was. And that's something that, thank God, I have overcome, and I have finally accepted that I have epilepsy, and, you know, the only thing I could do is to take my medicine and live day to day, enjoying life to the max, because we only live once. Uh, Let me see. As I guess as the years went by, a lot of things changed. My body also changed. I actually lost weight because I was prescribed another medication, which made me just lose, boom, a lot of weight. So I lost it, but then I was changed to another medication, and I actually started to gain weight. But that's a different story. I remember also when I first started to take medication, I used to hate it. I did not like taking it, and because of that, I had more seizures, and I started to take it, but sometimes I forgot, or sometimes you get lazy. I'm like, why am I getting lazy taking something that I have to take, you know? But I got lazy, and I just was like, whatever. Whatever. I don't care. No me importa. But, you know, it's like, you have to care at the end of the day. I realized that. I realized, what was I thinking? Like, why did I get so lazy taking my medication, or why did I forget? You know, it's like, you know, now that I think about it, but you know, that was my mistake. I should have taken my medication in order to prevent the seizures that I was actually having, which were actually a lot of seizures. But finally, I resolved to find out it was like, something, gotta take my medicine. So I started actually taking it when I was supposed to. But that's pretty much my experience. It's not something like it's wow, but it's something that I actually did go through, and something that it's going to be part of my life, and something that like I said, I don't want to go through again. Self-esteem issues, image issues, people teasing you, people making fun of you, people believing that you have friends, and then they turn their back on you and they don't care anymore about you. Like they just pretend to be your friends because they feel sorry for you, and that's something that nobody wants to. You want to have your friends. So that's pretty much a little bit of recap, and also taking, what has hurt me the most besides friends situation. It was, like I said, so many things that were taken away from me. I couldn't play sports either. Because it triggered my seizures, and also that affected my seizures, and I feel like that was also taken away from me. Sports, loving math, being horrible at math. I started to struggle with school, and that's something I didn't want to go through. It's something that I don't ever want to go through again. Struggled with school and started to hate school. But things happen, life happens, and at the end of the day, all you can do is love yourself. Anyways, I'm going to go, and I hope that this video was something of an interesting, and welcome to my world. That's all I gotta say. Maybe later on I'll do a little bit more of a recap of my middle school experience, but most likely my next video is going to be about high school and how more painful it was for me, or more it starts another chapter from my middle school. It technically goes into my high school experience as well, but a little bit of a more different approach. And probably I will be dividing that experience into 2 videos, maybe, because it can be, maybe it's gonna be a little bit too long. Anyways, I'm gonna go, and I hope that everybody has a good day, and I hope that people actually start to get interested in my life and my everyday things that I do. But my first videos are going to be more about my experience, and what I have gone through with epilepsy, and then later on I'm going to actually introduce you 100% into my life. Alright, you guys, so have a good one, and until next time, adios.